Hey everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Sassy Reviews, where I don't just beat the games, I also don't bother doing that. Wait, I'm not even referencing the right guy! Apparently, according to this twat, this is the most wholesome game of 2020. Yes, this item from 1991 is the best item of 2015.
Are ya ready, kids?
No. Can I make a confession? I never cared much about SpongeBob. As a kid, I grew up with shows from Cartoon Network. That's how I learned English, and apparently it was free to air in Portugal back in the 2000s. But I also watched Canal Panda, which not only aired some Canadian bacon and European meat back in my day, but also introduced me to anime such as Cardcaptor Sakura, Magical Doremi, Digimon, Saint Tail, Captain Tsubasa, Beyblade, Kochikami, and yeah, that. While most of the anime were dubbed in my native language, they just had the rest with Spanish dub, especially Doraemon.
¿Qué ha sido ese ruido? Ha cambiado la distribución de la casa. Se empieza aquí. ¿Crees que podrás encontrar la salida?
I don't think the channel also airing in Spanish is a good enough excuse. Maybe I should talk about an anime show one day. Shit, I'm supposed to talk about Nickelodeon. There's also this show called Fairly Odd Parents, which is about, what else? A kid who has magical fairies he can wish, but must abide by the rules. The series has been on for too long that I really hate to miss your Portuguese voice, but I remember enjoying it. Now, that was one of Nickelodeon's cash cows, which is thankfully cancelled, but the main one needs no introduction, but I'm gonna give it anyway. Fanboy Jump, it's SpongeBob. Of course it's SpongeBob. It was conceived in 1999 by late animator and marine educator Steven Hillenburg, who worked on Rock Girl's Modern Life before. Oh good, two shows I didn't grow up with. It's about a sponge who works at a fast food giant with a disgruntled squid, tries appeasing his greedy crabby boss, and is friends with a dumb starfish and a Texan squirrel. Shenanigans happened, became super popular, got a movie, went downhill afterwards with a few more movies along the way, and yet they won't stop airing. Yeah, the general consensus is that the seasons before the movie are the best, which I tend to agree. It isn't far off from other long-running shows. Same cannot be said about Doctor Who though, and someone's gonna go, classic Who don't count. I've seen some episodes and overall it was alright. The later seasons look like they're trying to be Ren and Stimpy with the gross out humor, but I'm not reviewing this show, I'm not this jerk after all. There's this stigma that licensed games are either bad or mediocre, like they're rushed, buggy, or not that interesting. But there are some exceptions that fans even claim as their all-time favorites, like Cars the game, I don't take requests at the moment, Simpsons Hit and Run, 007 Nightfire, Spider-Man 2, whatever Telltale put out, and that one cheesy 50-cent game. Or maybe we all just have shit taste, I don't know. Battle for Bikini Bottom is a game I didn't grow up with. Oh wow, no GoldenEye? Developed by Heavy Iron Studios and released by THQ in 2003, this is the first SpongeBob game to hit home consoles after such marvelous attempts from Climax and Big Sky. Who are these people? Heavy Iron were well known for decent to mediocre stuff, but while they did the home console ports, there's a GBA version developed by some Blizzard employees, and a PC version, which is just a point-and-click minigames collection that would have just been Flash games. Let's just shut up and actually play the game. Don't expect any references to the show, however, because I don't remember much of it. I love when there's company interest unique to a game. They actually give a game a bit more personality. EA has been doing that since 2006. Rare as well, but the true kings were never soft, with the eyes almost getting stabbed. It's fun to see developers having fun with their logos. Battle for Bikini Bottom, reviewed by someone who should have covered New Misadventures instead.
Who lives in a pineapple under the sea?
Oh man, that theme song is so earwormy. It's only made worse with this reggaeton song which samples it. No, I'm not gonna play that. We start with the narrator talking about Plankton's latest scheme to get the Krabby Patty formula by making a bunch of submissive robots. Unfortunately, he forgot to make them actually obey him, and now they run amok in and around Bikini Bottom. Meanwhile, Bob Sponge and Patrick are playing with toys, but the former wishes to play with real robots. Nothing a wishing seashell can't fix.
Oh, how shellfish of you!
But that believed to have worked, SpongeBob must save the town from the evil robots for attacking them, collect golden spatulas to locate the place, and collect shiny crab along the way.
Ahoy there, SpongeBob! As a faithful crew member of the Krusty Krab, you've been,
That is definitely not Mr. Krabs.
Heads.
So we have this little tutorial in his house which teaches you the basics of the game, and I sure hope it's not a bad omen. After playing that and having time to make a snack, we started the game proper. The game is a standard 3D platformer collective farm, much akin to, well, any other back in the 90s and early 2000s. You collect shiny objects, golden spatulas, and songs on your journey. There are tickets of varying types reserved at item boxes, always containing shiny crap, and there are a variety of enemies in the levels, in this case Plankton's disobeying robots, much like the Gnorcs and the Rhinox. During these levels, you play as either SpongeBob or, depending on the level, Patrick or Sandy. You change between characters via a bus stop. SpongeBob is the default one, of course. He can double jump like the other two, and has spinning, stumping, and uppercut attacks. Pretty standard stuff, but you get more abilities as you progress into the game. Patrick has belly attacks, front and flop pounds, which a lot can stun enemies, and he can grab stuff too. Sandy is actually my favorite because you can glide after a double jump. She can do karate moves, which kinda sucks, grab far off stuff with her lasso, and also slingshot on floating Texas hinges, like you do. Swinging to the next one is a lot jankier than I expected. It's no Ratchet and Clank. It doesn't look like you're gonna reach it after jumping off to the other inch, so as a safe measure, I just do an air jump to get there. And the camera is also a bitch, doesn't know how to set up fast enough on this part. The controls are good still, and the gameplay is alright too. I like defeating enemies in many interesting ways, even if the monsoon ones are a pain to destroy them. Oh, hi. You caught me editing that sound clip you just heard. Speaking of the camera, you move it with, what else? The tiny C-stick. Horizontally though, it rotates as you move your stick, so if you hold left, the camera shows your right side first, and there's no option to change it. I'm very used to it, despite having to readjust to the camera controls on other games like, say, Dead Rising. It makes more sense when the camera spins right when I move the stick left and vice versa. Moving swift with the graphics, they may look dated, especially the character models. Oh god, that's more terrifying than in that episode! But it captures the design of the show really well, even if the dialogue cutscenes don't have enough animation sequences.
Defiling the Krusty Krab? Is there no end to their evil?
You're supposed to be upset, but this animation is so out of place. You're so annoying, dude! Even the sight of you makes me fucking hate your guts! Yeah, it's really nitpicky, but it's just really odd to me. What about the voices? Well, it has the voices of Tom Kenny, Bill Fagerback, Roger Bumpus, Doug Lawrence, Caroline Lawrence, Mary Jo Catlett, Tim Conway, but no Clancy Brown nor Ernest Borgnine. Apparently Clancy was busy with Jack too, and Ernest was busy doing, I don't know, geriatric stuff. Instead, we get Joe White, voicing Mr. Krabs and Mermaid Man respectively. He may have done a good job, but...
Look, boy! There's gold under that glass! Gold, I say! My eyes are getting sweaty just looking at it!
It just doesn't sound the same, you know what I mean?
But aside from that, they did a really good job. Coupled with the graphics, and I know it may sound like a cliche, but it makes the game feel like you're playing an episode of Ed, Edd n Eddy. Damn it, I slept onto that! Let's talk about the stages. They're a lot like Spire 2 and 3, where it has spatulas scattered around the level, there's minigames which earn you those, and there are NPCs you can talk to. Unlike in Spyro, the levels are divided into chunks that I have to load. Sort of like Croc 1, but much larger. Jellyfish Fields, first actual level of the game. I gotta talk about the music because if I don't, fans are gonna eat me up, even though I almost always bring it up. In general, it's quite great and catchy. The songs definitely capture the style almost flawlessly, much like its graphics. With the exception of one, it is the Jellyfish Fields one. Hot take, but I really despise it because of that goddamn drum that is annoying. Stop hitting those bones! Would it be better if it didn't have the fork hitting the can sounds? Fuck yeah, I would like it more. Thankfully, I don't have to listen to it again since I'm not this fellow. Jellyfish Fields is a good first level though, which includes a Patrick section which is a glorified tutorial, fight arenas, and a boss stage for King Jelly. Could have been shorter though. There is these objects specific to Patrick they can pick up, like the ice cube which, well, can freeze bodies of water for a while, and the melon, which destroys itself after a few seconds after picking up. Yeah, that can get annoying, but it's required to activate buttons and jumping on higher places. Downtown Bikini Bottom, where you collect steering wheels and bungee wire from the Sea Needle. Didn't need to see his ass crack, thanks. It's also where you find a replacement antenna for Larry and survive this gauntlet. It also introduces the SpongeBob power-up, which turns Bob into, well, a ball. As expecting, it's fast, it has heavy steering like a car, so it's difficult to traverse narrow paths where you have to get to that end before time runs out. And no, it doesn't make you act like Sonic, I tried. Goo Lagoon, another underground section, and a floating castle part. The levels also have these sliding pods a la Mario 64. Yeah, SpongeBob, that's disgusting!
A pesky robot has taken over me ticket booth. And worse, me money. If you help me get rid of that no-good robot, I'll give you a big reward.
Should have known there was a catch. At least you get to play Wakatiki and Skee-Ball. Alright, got enough Spanish to get to the next part of the hub world.
I have brought you two here to face a great challenge.
What? Despite being filler in the first two, you have to fight a gigantic robotic version of one of the three playable characters before progressing to the next part. Here you get to fight Big Sandy, stomp on it, throw the head onto the broken scoreboard, uppercut the hit button, and you're done! Have a spatula and bubble bowl. Pressing and holding the Y button makes SpongeBob throw a bubble, and it's useful for safe enemy destruction. The knock forward or whatever it's called after pressing it is just there to screw me up though. Next up, Shady Shoals, where we see that Plankton could be behind the robotic invasion. Could be SpongeBob.
I'll crush you all beneath my... And now back to your regular programming. Retirement Home Girls Gone Wild.
This is where you go to the Marmalade. Marmalade, couldn't resist. God, this track is so good! The level is alright, it introduces these disco floors which go red for a while, and also references close encounters apparently. While the level is good, fuck this one segment where you must get this ball to press that button. It's just so irritating and also tedious. I have to be quick to reach these parts, but also wait for the ball to reach to activate. Like, it's so annoying that I just gave up. It's optional anyway. Should have been harsher. Oh god, anything but puzzles. Finding these buttons to activate the master shutdown gives you a buzz by with run.
Did someone call?
Wait and bubble ball at the right spot. Quite challenging with the meat bots. Up next is Rock Bottom, with a music that doesn't sound or place in a Call of Duty game. I don't like these slippy bots, especially when there's a tar bot behind them. I'm trying to sneak on them, but these fellas are making it harder. And speaking of making things harder, I love how the developers put the monsoon bots on these jumping pots at the museum. If I get hit by lightning, I might fall, leading me to get back up, wasting my precious time. Great level design, folks! Fortunately, there's these boxes where, if both found, can teleport you to the other side, but still, fuck them. This is where I started using save states. I also wish this game had a map system because I tend to get lost in this part. The Ski Lodge, where it basically turns into, Dave Mirror's BMX, I don't know. Hope you have enough shiny crap, ski them down, get to the end of courses, beat the best times, and then realize that the way to the bungee hook is hidden on your right side. And why put checkpoints in the middle of the slides? Now after I fall when trying to beat the time, I have to get down there and get in the box to talk to fellow again. Hate this. Oh, am I being too cynical on your childhood game? After that, another boss fight, this time with Bubble Patrick. Damn this spinning move and bubble bowling on the conveyor belts, always delaying his demise. I also don't like how it likes to repeat one of the Faces cutscenes every time you die. I get it, Patrick flooded the whole place again. Can I try again? Beating them gives you a new ability, Bubble Missile. This is freaking useful, especially for far-off switches and keeping a safe distance against tougher foes. As a trade-off, it has a short lifespan before it explodes, but it's alright. Kelp Forest. It is both irritatingly hard and also really tedious. The former because you have to find the 2 other tickets to activate the bouncy leaf vine. And if you mess this one up, like dying or destroying the indestructible tiki, you have to reset the thing and do the part all over again. And the latter because of finding the power crystals. You have to keep changing between characters to activate switches, grab stuff to the boss, it's just ugh. Thankfully the slide is fine, it's hard to beat Mermaid Man's best time. SpongeBob's Dream. Gotta keep paying to progress. I would complain a lot, but they're a lot better than money bags since you can get shiny objects again after dying or re-entering a level section. Good thing you have infinite lives. I hate Mr. Krabs' part. Damn these oily bastards. Interestingly, it shares the music with the Sawbust Arena Battle one, although this one is extended. The Flying Dutchman level. It includes looping sticky walls, bullshit anticipation, figure out how to drain the goo, and a boss stage with the eponymous ghosts. Getting really tired of that generic ta-da after doing something to progress. After earning 75 spatulas, you're off to confront the perpetrator. Don't you just hate it when the TV drops every time you enter?
Flash!
Oh, it turns out Plankton's behind all of this. What a shocker. By the way, giant SpongeBob. So Plankton fixed the problem by putting a sign up with the don't obey option, but that didn't work, obviously. Regardless if you flip the switch or not, it turns out a robot version of Plankton is controlling the robots, and now you must defeat the 2 in 2 parts. One against SpongeBob, which is fairly standard, hit the glowing spots a few times with the bubble missiles when he's stuck, confront robot Plankton, rinse, repeat. After that, the SpongeBob becomes giant, and now Bobby Sponge must get inside and destroy all the fuses. All in one go. If you die, you have to do the whole part again. No checkpoints, suck it, kid. It's possible, but I was getting tired of this whole crap, so I just used save states. Sue me. Even with that advantage, fucker keeps moving as I use the missile, and after that, the day is saved. Sort of. Roboplanktons are cloning themselves, and instead it reminds SpongeBob to complete the game. Okay, not in a fourth wall way, but you get the point. Roll playable credits. So that was the game in the barest of minimums way, but if you get all the spatulas, either fighting them, winning challenges, playing Mr. Krabs, fighting Sucks to trade 10 for 1 to Patrick, you get an alternate ending with SpongeBob and the rest of the cast singing the theme song. Which you can just watch it on YouTube, damn hindsight. Plus, if you pay 40 grand at the theater, you get a concept art gallery. Cool, money well spent. That was SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom, and honestly, it's a really good licensed game in a time when these were considered bad. So ever since video games were a thing, it is quite challenging in the later stages, but it makes up for fun gameplay and character. It was quite popular when it was released, and it got researched in 2016 by the speedrunning community, which prompted THQ Nordic to publish a rather rushed but still decent remaster last year. Ooh, so does that mean you will do Rehydrate?
No.
Well, will you do the PC and G?
No.
Then what about the SpongeBob move?
No.
Revenge of?
No.
True for?
No.
Creature?
No.
Soup?
No.
Like?
No. No.
Oh, I forgot, you're a Cartoon Network kid. Will you do the misadventures? If I say yes, will you be happy? Well, yeah.
No.